This is Snake Jailbird. He is Springfield's premier petty criminal, with a wide array of felonies and misdemeanors under his belt. These include multiple Quickie Mart robberies, home burglaries, prison escapes, and several counts of attempted murder against the Simpson family. It's no wonder he and Sideshow Bob are so close. Snake does indeed have a softer, more sentimental side of his personality. He has a devoted girlfriend, Gloria, as well as a son who he loves very much. And most importantly, he's totally got, the coolest voice in Springfield. This is the history of Snake. Oh, Snake, you have threatened the lives of so many of our favorite Simpsons characters, I don't know what to do with you. In this series of videos, I've already hit upon some of Springfield's most unsavory characters, like Fat Tony, Sideshow Bob, Just Stamp the Ticket Man, but none are so directly and brazenly villainous as Snake. He's not that guy quietly making sophisticated plans and threats. He's the hatchet man who's sticking shotguns in characters' faces and yoinking away their valuables. And yet, we all still generally enjoy watching this guy. So today, let's look at the dichotomy of Snake, all of his crimes and antisocial behavior, as well as his lighter and goofier moments. See where he ends up on the likability scale. As always, we'll start back at his humble beginnings. Snake falls into a very special and narrow set of Springfieldians, as he's initially introduced as an Otto-related character. He first appears in Season 2's The War of the Simpsons, as one of Otto's funky friends invited to Bart's party. Snake gets out of prison at noon, and he's already invited to a party. Things initially start out slow for Snake. In the Season 3 opener, they reuse this phone clip, this time dubbing in the words, "Michael Jackson." I guess he has another party at 2 p.m. Then, in Homer Defined, he gets this news blooper, him accidentally getting caught by Chief Wiggum. However, Snake's big coming out moment was definitely in Separate Vocations. Here's his first Quickie Mart robbery, the first time we see his red muscle car, he gets his first shot at killing one of the Simpsons. Also, it's his first serious injury, another staple of Snake appearances. This is the first big juxtaposition of his murderous actions and, his totally disarming Valley Boy accent. Snake gets a lot of mileage out of this combination of traits. What would otherwise be a stock criminal character gets this offbeat and quirky personality. Season 3 gave him plenty of opportunities to hammer home this idea. In Colonel Homer, he's about to bash the prison guard's head in, then changes his mind and hugs him. In Black Widower, he gets another hug, this time from Sideshow Bob. This is also where we learn his name is Snake, thanks to Bob. Prior to this, he had been referred to as Jailbird in scripts, so it was good to finally be able to put a name to the face. However, for some in the writing room, he will always be Jailbird to them. During seasons 4 through 6, Snake settled into his pattern of appearances with specific characters and set pieces. We'll see him robbing Apu frequently, sometimes featured in a film, sometimes having a good laugh with him, sometimes stealing the whole store. He gets another emotional farewell with Sideshow Bob and Cape Fear. With Chief Wiggum, the writers started developing their dysfunctional rivalry, often using Snake to highlight his incompetence. Here's Snake throwing a rock at him during his song. Now he's taking over the entire police station. Now Wiggum is letting the prisoners out, so they'll go to his youth hockey game, even without the promise of coming back when it's over. In my opinion, this was Snake's strongest era of the show. There were some really nice little character moments, as well as several killer jokes specifically written for him. Some episodes would feature important town hall meetings, giving Snake some quick and easy robbery jokes. In general, these big action-packed stories made it natural for him to get involved, really affect the plot in a meaningful way. In the Springfield Connection, he runs a crooked 3-card Monte game, culminating in a dangerous showdown with Marge in the alley. Basically, if you have a story about one of the Simpsons becoming a cop, open it with Snake trying to murder them in an alley. The only weird thing about this era is that in Season 6, we started seeing this X on his forehead on occasion. It looks like some kind of weird indent, like someone took a pickaxe to his forehead, or he has one of those chickenpox scars. This design quirk went away fairly quickly, but it would pop up randomly from time to time, like in Season 10. Snake took more of a backseat role in the Oakley and Weinstein era, Seasons 7 and 8. He obviously didn't completely disappear, like here he is getting a free meal off of Uncle Mo, escaping from the cops at the bowling alley, or accidentally falling on a bullet. But it's curious, we didn't hear much from Snake around this time, It was almost like something was preventing him from speaking. Oh yeah, I guess this explains that. 22 Short Films About Springfield is Snake's only major episode during this time, but oh boy did he make the most out of it. We learn that he went to Middlebury, we get that amazing scene at Moe's where he cleans out the cash register, then all that hilarious Pulp Fiction parody stuff. Nice kick to the face, by the way. Seasons 7 and 8 weren't really Snake's scene, with all those character relationship stories and meta experiments. But seasons 9 and 10, oh my god, if every season were like these two, Snake would eventually become the main character of the show. Season 9 absolutely loved this guy. First, he hijacks the mayor at the end of the Cartridge Family and gets himself a mini catchphrase of yoink. Then there's Realty Bites, in which he plays the villain of an entire B-plot. We learn the name of his car, Little Bandit, and how he needs premium, dude. Premium! We had seen Snake in minor villainous roles before, but it's nice to see how he works through the stages of a whole story. He matches wits with Homer, has an exciting fistfight, and self-awarely comments about the danger and how he's badly hurt. Season 9 liked meta Snake, as there's a degree of self-awareness to his all-singing, all-dancing appearance too. This version of Snake will hop in and out of a window as needed, or will arbitrarily hate singing. Notably, I think Snake is in the very, very small set of characters who have tried to kill every member of the Simpson family individually. Like yeah, you'll have others try to kill them as a family unit, or they'll be in danger together. But this is a guy who literally pulled the trigger at Bart, Lisa, and Maggie. Don't know if anyone else can really claim that. So congrats, Snake. Not content to merely threaten the Simpsons with a shotgun, Snake ran it back the following year in the Halloween segment, Hell to Pay. Don't worry, this time it's only Bart he wants to kill. This appearance is really fun because of the Homer angle, how he's expressed through someone else. It's kind of a testament to how awesome and distinctive Snake is as a character, how Homer's demeanor totally changes, how that voice and hair gets blended so seamlessly into him. If this were Fat Tony taking over Homer's body, it wouldn't be nearly as good. Snake's got a style and charisma that is all his own. Anyway, after this point, Snake must have burned himself out, or perhaps the writers got sick of him, as he fell into the background of the rest of the Mike Scully seasons. Just a couple of minor appearances per year, sometimes variations on previous jokes, sometimes more meta humor. Probably his most prominent role was in E.I.E.I.D.O., when his rudeness kicked off Homer's glove slap obsession. With how prone he is to running away from showdowns, bye became another mini catchphrase of him. I should probably also mention his brief appearance in Pygmalion, which introduced his son. Always really enjoyed this joke, how tearful Snake gets about his son's first theft. Maybe this B-plot wasn't so pointless. It gave us Snake's kid after all. Season 13 continued this trend, introducing Snake's girlfriend Gloria in the episode A Hunka Hunka Burns in Love. He and Gloria dated at some point in the past, up until he, pushed her out of a moving car. It's unclear whether Gloria was already a cop at this time. But anyway, he's gonna win her back, even if it requires pistol whipping Homer all night. How romantic. And delicious? Snake's portrayed as someone who never really sticks with anything, how he quit his computer fraud classes and his telemarketing scheme. Despite all this, he still somehow wins over Gloria in the end, who is still attracted to his bad boy personality. Gloria did appear occasionally throughout these later seasons, sometimes unvoiced, like when Snake's gonna pull down her tube top to start the race, but in other times, Julia Louis-Dreyfus actually reprised the role. In season 19, she visits him in prison, and Snake instructs her to kill the person editing his Wikipedia article. In season 20, Gloria is pregnant and they're looking for a condo together. Despite a brief breakup scare, later that same season, we see them at City Hall in line for a marriage license. It's not clear whether they're still married to this day. One Simpsons wiki thinks they're together, the other Simpsons wiki thinks they broke up, since she's on a dating show in season 26. Okay, I guess one of these women might be her. Basically, Gloria doesn't appear all that often these days, so your guess is as good as mine. In season 17's The Seemingly Never-Ending Story, we finally learn about Snake's backstory, prior to his life of crime. He was originally an Indiana Jones-esque archaeologist, finding gold coins when excavating a Mayan pyramid. He stops by Moe's bar, asking where to find the museum, and Moe lies to him, saying that it's closed. So he stays at the hotel across the street. Later that night, Moe sneaks into his room and steals the coins, so he can run away with Edna Krabappel. Upon discovering the theft, Snake says he'll take out his anger on society, convenience stores specifically. Backstory established. In the present day, Snake tracks down everyone to collect the coins and brings his son Jeremy along. During the tense standoff, Jeremy and Bart play video games together. Much like Gloria, we did see Jeremy in other episodes from time to time, sometimes in background shots, sometimes as a meta joke. When it comes to Jeremy, the show very consistently portrays Snake as trying the best for his son, in his clumsy, criminal way. Similar to some of Snake's surprising sense of sentimentality, they like to juxtapose Snake's crime with his wholesome relationship with his son. In the season 25 episode, Lucas, Snake is found hiding in Bart's treehouse. He just did a robbery because Snake has no dental plan, and Jeremy needs braces. As we all know, if Snake has no dental plan, he'll have to pay for Jeremy's braces. Anyway, Bart helps Snake hide from the cops, and as a thank you, Snake keeps bringing Bart more and more stolen wares. This goes on until Milhouse finds out and squeals on him, and Snake is sent to the electric chair. But don't worry, Snake easily turns the tides and gets away, as he always does. Incidentally, this episode reveals his full name, Albert Knickerbocker Aloysius Snake. However, this contradicts a previous episode, in which his name was Chester Turley. Snake seems to be a man of many different aliases, so it's hard to tell with him. Maybe those writers were right just to call him Jailbird. That's pretty much it when it comes to Snake's background, lore, and spotlight episodes. The only things we're missing in his timeline is him being called Detention Bird in high school, that he used to attend Princeton, and a couple futuristic appearances. I tend to do these histories chronologically by season, but Snake is kind of an odd character in how his spotlight moments are so evenly spread out. It's like, once every 4 years, we get an extra nugget of information about what this guy is all about. More often, Snake will just show up regularly in his usual criminal roles, just with a modern spin. Snake gets impatient with the electric chair and flips the switch himself. Snake working customer service while in prison. Snake showing up on the news to promote his new book. Or how about, instead of just robbing the Quickie Mart, Smithers will pop in to pay them off $1,000 each to let Mr. Burns foil their plans. Similar to the early seasons, these later ones liked using Snake as a sort of mini-boss for the story. Either someone in Act 1 to defeat to kick off the action, or suddenly showing up to close things out. Snake's high-tech weaponry is defeated by a cowboy with a lasso. Homer foils a robbery with nacho cheese. Homer rats out his escape plans, and Snake joins a murderer's plot against him. In Season 18's Bartman Begins anthology segment, Snake murders Homer and Marge, and Bart turns to a life of vigilantism to finally get his revenge. That same season, even Santa's little helper gets a shot at him, although Snake gets off on a technicality. Later, he robs Moe's bar, and gets the ever-loving crap beaten out of him by Kiefer Sutherland's character. In another episode, Snake tries shooting Homer in the head, but is foiled by Ned Flanders' bulletproof glass. You know, I'd never thought about it before, but Snake is kind of a jobber for every Simpson character not named Wiggum. This guy's taken a lot of punishment over the years. I'm honestly surprised Lisa hasn't beaten him up yet. The later seasons do enjoy poking holes in Snake's facade from time to time, not to the degree of someone like Nelson, but it's there. That sentimentality would creep back up again, like how he finds their Christmas caroling genuinely moving, or how he'll forcefully take this puppy and declare that he'll love and cherish it forever. When Snake reveals that instead of tormenting Mr. Burns, who is actually going to take him ice skating, Apu has a good laugh at his expense. He even reaches out to the new minister, demanding some redemption. I think over time, the writers took off a bit of Snake's edge. We didn't see this kind of Season 9 behavior as often in the past decade. They much preferred wackier moments of peril with Chief Wiggum. Add in some moments of wholesomeness with his son, and you get a mellower, more relaxed version of Snake in the modern era. Personally, I find Snake to be an absolutely fascinating character on The Simpsons, because of what an intensely personality-driven guy he is. This isn't someone who gets to drive the story very often. Someone like Mr. Burns or Fat Tony will scheme and plot throughout episodes, giving them plenty of chances to show off their personality quirks, be the hammy villain of the piece. And those characters rarely have to jam guns in our favorite characters' faces. Whereas Snake is a relatively more blunt instrument in a given story, used more as a plot device than as an actual character. Snake often plays a very thankless role in the story. But Snake is so damn memorable as a character because of that voice, because of that demeanor, because of that design. He conveys so much personality in such a small amount of time. I admit, I probably should be doing a better job applauding the voice actors in these Simpsons histories, because we have got to give Hank Azaria so much credit for bringing Snake to life. He's such a fun character to imitate, so many words and expressions are 10 times funnier coming out of his mouth. We don't even think about why this criminal character talks like he's one of the Ninja Turtles or something. That's just how Snake is. I think that's the hallmark of a great character, that it doesn't ever feel like he's doing shtick. Honestly, it's kind of amazing that he debuted before Pulp Fiction unleashed a wave of conversational hitman characters. Snake feels truly unique to The Simpsons. Let me know in the comments what you think of our funky friend Mr. Jailbird, and your favorite moments of his. Personally, I'm going to go for either the Wallet Inspector or, oh no, Bette Midler. Absolutely perfect moments. Also, let me know who you'd like to see for the next Simpsons Histories. Snake has been a frequent request for quite some time now, so I'm glad to finally give him the episode he deserves. There's currently a lot of momentum building behind Kent Brockman, Lenny and Carl, and Kearney. But there are always good ideas that can leap to the front of the line, so let your voice be heard. As always, thanks for watching.